So we've spoken about Charlotte in the new FNAF 2 movie, but what about some of the other characters? What about the character that everybody had the most questions about? What about the character with the single most important lore implications? What about Elizabeth Afton? What about Baby? We have to talk about Baby, because why in Vanessa's nightmare is Circus Baby showing up, and why does she have green eyes? So I should have probably put a spoiler alert before that, but if you haven't seen the FNAF 2 movie, what are you doing watching this video already? But basically what we're dealing with here is Vanessa goes into some sort of a nightmare dream state in the movie to confront her demons and confront her trauma of the past. The trauma that was imposed onto her by her dad, William Afton. So we get the normal horror scene stuff, William Afton chasing her through the house. At one point she reverts to her childlike self, showing that a lot of this trauma was from when she was younger. And she gets into this dream state by uncovering a box of artifacts, presumably items belonging to the MCI victims. And putting to one side the fact that this box looks extremely like the one in FNAF 4, that's a theory for another day. But halfway through her dream state, something interesting happens. She's being chased through a workshop by William Afton, and she hides in the back of this workshop as a child, only to look up and see Circus Baby's eyes dart towards her. Now, as I mentioned at the start, notably Circus Baby has green eyes, noting that she is already possessed by the spirit of William's daughter. Now, this blows everybody's mind, because how is William Afton's daughter, Vanessa/Elizabeth, possessing Circus Baby when she's still alive in the modern day? It's a whole thing. On a meta level, I don't think Scott and Blumhouse would spend that much time, effort, and money creating an animatronic for a 3-second Easter egg. Now, there's obviously a lot we can glean from this, but I think we can look to the Silver Eyes to get a real grasp of what's going on here. First things first, Vanessa/Elizabeth has always been intrinsically linked in every single universe and every iteration of this story to Charlotte. Now, obviously, Charlotte the puppet was the main antagonist in this film. And we got to see more lore, a bit more of a deep dive into the relationship and connection between William Afton's daughter and Charlotte, the one that he killed. And in the Silver Eyes, they are even more intrinsically linked, to the point where there is the fourth closet, the fourth Charlie bot, the fourth adult robot of Charlotte with Charlotte's memories. And that ends up coming into combat with the fact that William Afton took that Charlie bot, raised it as his own, and it created this amalgamation of Circus Baby/Charlie with unreliable memories and didn't know what it was meant to be. So those two are far more intrinsically linked than people give them credit for. I'd say they're even more intertwined than William and Henry themselves. Now, I'm going to throw a spanner in the works here and point out something that I haven't seen anybody else point out about the movie to date, and that is the fact that we all got swept up in the reveal of Circus Baby that we weren't paying attention to William Afton in this dream state. And what I mean by that is that when Elizabeth is being chased through the house, just before she looks up to Circus Baby, we get a glimpse of William chasing her. And I don't know why nobody else saw this, but he has changed outfit completely from what he was wearing earlier in the dream state. He's now wearing a checkered shirt, those same horn-rimmed glasses, and the suspender straps. Very, very reminiscent of one Henry Emily. And to me, that was an absolute mind blow, because are we now going down a path where Vanessa has unreliable memories? Is there something going on, something at play between Charlotte, Vanessa, Elizabeth? What is happening? And I'm just thinking of this on the fly. I don't think throughout the FNAF 1 movie or the FNAF 2 movie, we ever hear William or Michael refer to Vanessa by name. Holy crap, I think I just realized something on the go right now. I think Vanessa may be an alias. I think William and Michael know her as Elizabeth Afton, and as she's moved on to get past her trauma in life, she's taken on another name, the pseudonym Vanessa. Which means whether robot or not, the old Elizabeth Afton is dead and possessing Circus Baby. I don't know exactly how. I don't know if that means Vanessa is a robot, but there is a link there that we really need to address. because William was dressed as Henry in that dream state, and some of the lines he was saying can be misinterpreted. Now, there's the obvious one at the end of the film when Michael is saying to Vanessa that repeated line we heard throughout the movie, "We are his, we belong to him." But that line in the dream state, when directed at Vanessa by William Afton, "You belong to me, you are mine," holy crap, Vanessa could be a robot. Because the implication in the Silver Eyes in the fourth closet is that William stole the fourth Charlie bot from Henry and bastardized it, put Elizabeth's soul into it with Charlie's memories, and made this abomination amalgamation of the two in one AI being. And if that's what's happened here, that would make perfect sense, because William has taken something from Henry, created it in his own image, and bastardized it. Now, I was really hesitant to go down the robot path, but I'm really selling myself on it because there is a purposeful link between Charlotte and Vanessa and Baby and the puppet that is going unaddressed in these films. And I think we need to know what's happening. I'm sorry to leave you on a cliffhanger, but I have to think about this some more, and I have to go reread The Silver Eyes, and I have to play the games again. I'll see you in the next one.